Hello, welcome to Unique Creations. I'm Darryl Smith, your host, and today I have a wonderful guest, a guest that I've known for a number of years. His name is Mr. Levi Murry. Levi, welcome to Unique Creations.
Glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. We know we've been trying to connect and do something for a number of years now, but with our busy schedules, it's been very, very difficult. So today is just a great opportunity for us to just reminisce, look at things that have accomplished over the years, and basically just catch up.
Awesome. Awesome.
So, Mr. Murry, what have you been doing for the last several years?
Wow. That's a good question. That's a good question. Um, Keeping myself busy, of course,
Okay,
working, but most of all, preaching the gospel, spreading the word, um, spending time with
nice.
friends and family, um, just out there, just meeting new people. I can't say I do like my job that I have now, so that's
Okay,
keeping me busy. Um, I have a great team that I work with. They are good people. Have a great support staff on the job, good management team. But other than that, just preaching the gospel
nice.
and spending time with family.
I will say this, Mr. Murray. You look the same as you
Wa-
did 30 years ago.
Wow! I,
You don't look like you aged a bit. And you can't lie to me and say
wow!
I don't look I aged because I got all this white beard
I re-
right in front of me.
I receive it. I receive it. I receive it, man. It's just the goodness of God, man.
Yeah.
Um, Being in Christ, it does make a difference. Um, Having Christ in your life, so I give Him all the glory,
That's awesome.
all the honor.
That's awesome. So let's go back. Let's go way back. So
Oh
you
wow,
were born or you lived in Belhaven?
Swan Quarter,
Swan Quarter.
Hyde
See, I was
County.
trying to give you a little bit more because like Belhaven's a big city to Swan Quarter. So what's Swan Quarter? Because does Swan Quarter even have like one stoplight?
We do have one caution light, and I'm from Hyde County,
Okay.
and I'm not ashamed, to say where I'm from. It's a small town. I grew up there. We do have one caution light, no Walmarts or anything like that. But a lot of people do ask me, and they're surprised that I'm from down there.
Yeah.
And sometimes they say, "Well, you don't talk like you're from down there," and I'm like, "You just wait, just a few minutes. It'll come out. It'll come out. The
Right,
county will
right.
come out of you." So, Hyde County is a very unique place. There's no place like it,
Gotcha.
and of course, there's no place like home. And God sent me back there to preach the gospel, and I heard a word from God.
Right.
He said, if you go back home and preach and pastor in your hometown, I'll save your whole family. And at that time, I had a sister who was on drugs bad.
Okay.
She was on crack cocaine, and God turned her life around totally, a 360,
Wow.
totally, along with others. So God is true to His word. When you are obedient to God, He'll be obedient to you.
That's nice, man. That's nice. We're all spiritually grounded. All of us
Yes,
that we hung around each other at that time. And they always say the prodigal son always returns.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's your living testament as to that being true.
yeah,
Um,
yes,
and being that you're raised in Hines County, you say something about your sister.
yes.
You had a large family, a relatively large family, didn't you?
Oh, yes.
And are you the youngest
I'm the baby of 11.
of 11
Yes,
children?
yes.
Well, how in the world did you kind of navigate through that? I mean, being the youngest, what kind of things did you have to deal with as or being the baby? You might have had it a lot easier.
Well, let's look at it like this. I got to give my mom and dad credit. Neither one of them, I think, maybe made it to this. I think both of them maybe made it to the seventh grade. They had a
Wow.
seventh grade education,
Okay.
um, but they managed to raise 11 of us. Um, My dad taught me three things to live by.
Okay.
He said, work hard, save a dollar, and don't expect nobody to give you anything.
Oh wow.
My dad was sort of a little harder on me, maybe because I was the baby. Um, he always talked to me about not drinking and smoking, which I never did by the grace of God. But he was a little harder on me. Maybe I think he saw something in me.
Okay.
Um, but by being the baby, my brothers, they looked out for me. My
Okay.
sisters, they looked out for me as far as being the baby. And now I can say that even though I am the baby, I'm the one that sort of like the go-to person.
I got you.
They look for me for wisdom. They look for me for guidance, even though I look for wisdom and guidance from them as well. Growing up, my brother Ricky Murry, who's a minister now, who really was an inspiration in my life and still is. He's an awesome, awesome brother. But to answer your question, I wasn't spoiled. But I was looked out after, being the
Right.
baby. If somebody messed with me, my older brothers, hey, I got
You got
five
grown
brothers
brothers and sisters.
ready,
Right. Right. Right.
ready, and my sisters too. So they didn't cut any slack either. So, but yeah, it was fun growing up in a big family like that. We grew up in a small house. I think we had four-bedroom
Okay.
house. I think my dad, if I can remember, he built the house. So, but you probably remember, we didn't have running water. We didn't have
Mhm.
bathrooms in the house. We had an outhouse.
Right.
So,
Right.
man, it was kind of tough. But by the grace of God, man, we made it. We never went hungry. We kept clothes on our back, a roof over our head. And as I
Right.
said, I give God all the credit. But my parents, could you imagine us now trying to raise 11 children?
You know, I said to my wife that having children actually completed what I was to be.
Wow.
And it made me realize that, all this pursuit of accomplishments and money and just things really wasn't relevant to having a child, because that
Wow.
feeling, that was my legacy.
Yes.
And you make me think about things, because with 11 children and the way that things are now, do you see a difference in the times with those 11 family members? Was there a closeness, a different closeness? Because it just seems like that type of feel doesn't exist anymore.
It's a good question. It was like we we loved each other. We weren't the type of family to say I love you every day, but we knew deep down inside that we loved each other
Gotcha.
and we had each other's back. So, um, but there was a more closeness back then. To me, it seemed like, um, because of having that many siblings.
Right, right,
Um, and yes, we fought and had our own disagreements, but at the end of the day, we was family, man.
right.
We were family.
Yeah, yeah. I remember with my family and my cousins, and we would always get together in summertime, and it was,
Wow.
I mean, just a great amount of people together just in one little bitty house, because my grandparents had 13 kids
Wow.
on both
Amazing.
sides.
Mm.
My mom only had four boys, and that was it. But it seemed like we had so much more because we had so many people and relatives that were around us that, hey, first cousins are just like brothers and sisters.
Right.
So I get that feel. When you were in Hyde County,
Hmm.
I I was told that you're really active in school. What kind of things did you participate in Back then in school.
in school.
Yeah.
We had a radio station.
Okay.
I know that sounds, outrageous in
No, it
Hyde
doesn't.
County, but Mesquite High School had its own radio station, WHYC.
WH, you still remember that?
I still remember it. And I was a DJ,
What was your name?
and my name was DJ Easy Lee.
It fits. It fits.
Easy Lee. And every now and then, my wife, she'll call me Easy. So, but that really kept us and kept me busy. Um, Having a radio station on your high school campus, that was awesome.
Yeah.
So, and then, of course, going way back, I used to be a DJ
Okay.
outside of WHYC in the nightclub as well. Also, I played basketball on the varsity basketball team.
Okay.
So that kept me busy as well. I didn't play football, but for whatever reason, but basketball was my favorite sport.
Yeah, I was told that you could handle some things. That
Yeah, yeah, just a
you
little,
got game.
just a
So,
little something.
could you get out there and do that right now?
I don't think so.
Well, I understand.
I don't think so.
I see that ground and like I don't want to hit it right
Yes,
now
yes,
because
yes,
even getting out of bed is little
yes,
aches
yes.
and pains coming up. So we do mature as we grow.
Exactly.
So tell me about your transition from high school and your aspirations for success.
Of course, when I graduated high school, uh, I went to Elizabeth City State University.
Mm,
Me and my nephew, me and him were real, just like brothers.
okay.
I was his uncle, but um, he was older than me.
Wow. Wow.
So, but his name was Kevin Toppin, and we went to Elizabeth City State together. And of course, like a lot of um, students, we played around, and I dropped out, of
Okay.
course. And as I look at it now, if I had it to do all over again, oh man, I would do a lot of things differently.
Right.
But God still had a plan. Of course, um, I dropped out, then started working at a local grocery store in
Okay.
Hyde County. My brother was the manager, called Clover Farm Grocery Store. Worked there for a while, then transitioned to National Spinning
Mm-hmm.
Company,
And that's where we met.
and that's where you and I met
Right.
at National Spinning. And then, as you know, we excel together pretty much. Lead person, supervisor. Then I continued to excel as a quality control
Yes,
manager
it is.
of the company, and then also uh, went to went back to school at Pitt Community College, and I did graduate in 2019, and so also going to Bible college now, and I will be graduating May the 30th in New
Congratulations on
York,
that. That's awesome.
um, on May the 30th. So I'm still a student at New York Christian Bible College,
Okay.
and so, but um, that's pretty much it.
I can honestly say, going back to those days and looking at our quest for success,
Right.
you were always motivated
Wow.
and you were always determined to get to the next level. And we would bounce things off each other and
Right.
just try
Right.
to figure out, hey, this is working for you. I mean, so you know what? What's what's the next thing that we could pursue? And I saw you go up through the ranks and achieve so many things. But the one thing I can honestly say I like about what you did is you always had a compassion for the person. You always, when you led people, you really led them. It wasn't something where some people feel like when you get a position of leadership, then they're a dominant soul.
Right.
But the way that you operated was a way that it was a servant leader, and it was good to see you operate. And
Awesome.
I think with the vibes that we had back then, we were able to kind of push each other
Right.
to make sure
Right.
that we looked out.
Right.
And I know I'm going deep into it, but you know that crab in the bucket mentality,
Mm-hmm.
it just didn't exist.
It didn't.
It didn't exist.
It didn't.
And I think that the effect that you had on people's lives still
Mm.
transcend past the National Spending Days to right now. So again, I have to give you high praise.
Awesome. Awesome.
And talking to people about you, it's just like there's one thing that either is a gift or a curse, and that's your desire to still continue to help people. How does that affect you and the relationships at home? You are a father
Mm-hmm.
and you are a husband.
Mm-hmm.
Does that interfere with some of your home life?
My wife is amazing, first of all. She is an awesome woman of God. She understands ministry. She understands the sacrifice. She understands the commitment. Um, and she also understands the blessing that comes with that. So she always says she doesn't want to get in the way of what God is doing
Understood.
in my life. So she is part of the ministry, um, but it does not take away, even though it does take me away um, from the home, but she is right there with me. And the great thing about this, Darryl, is my daughter is the drummer of my church.
No way.
Yes. She saw that I needed a drummer. And when she was small, we bought her it was called Guitar Hero and the little electronic drums that you play. And she practiced and she practiced. And of course, it was noise, but we put up with it. And
I can't
but
imagine.
the sacrifice paid off.
Right.
And one night we was at a church service, and she just touched Sheila and said, "I want to go play the drums." And we were like, "Okay, go ahead."
Right.
And she went up there and she played the drums. So God anointed her. She's now the drummer of my church. And so we are sort of like a team.
Okay.
Of course, my wife, being the elect lady, first lady of the church as well. She carries herself as a first lady, very respectable. And so, but to answer your question, it does not really take away.
Okay. Okay. Now, we talk about relationships, and you've been with your wife for over 30 years now,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
So, how has the relationship strengthened through all the different things that you experienced throughout your life?
We've known each other and been together for 35 years. We've been married 32 years. And we both understand commitment.
Okay.
Um, my parents set the example of marriage when I was growing up. I grew up with both my mom and my dad in the home.
Right. Right.
Um, I know things happen, but I not gonna say don't believe in divorce, but that's the last result.
I got you. I got you.
Resort. So we both understand it's not 50-50. It's 100, it's 100 and
On both
100.
sides. Yeah.
Both. So, and I just believe in, as of course, being a pastor, setting the example.
Right.
And one thing I love about my church, I have strong marriages in my church.
Okay.
I mean, 50 years. I have several marriages that have been together and married 50 years, 49 years, 48.
Wow.
And as me and you said earlier, you don't see that much now.
No, you don't.
People
You
are
don't.
quick to give up.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, if you think about the divorce rate nowadays, I mean, it's over 50%.
Wow.
And I know people don't look at it as a test, because when you think about the vows, and I remember saying this to my mother, to death do you part.
Mm.
I said, Mom, you didn't tell me about death do you part. I mean, so what's after death? That's it. That's the end. So when you look up there and people get caught up in these weddings, and I do many, many weddings on
Hmm.
when I do my job for, and I get so sentimental
Right.
because it's such a beautiful moment. But then I also question, is this big display for you or is it for the people?
Wow.
And do you understand what you're about to get
That's
into?
good.
And one thing that I do is I actually talk to the young couples and just said, look, remember, life's not going to be easy and you're going to be thrown with a bunch of things. Just understand that that's your best friend and that's the one that you chose.
Yes.
So when you talk about you and Sheila, again, through National Spinning Days and us talking from time to time, now she's always been there. Even when I called and asked her about you and some of the things, she was just with glee expressing how much love that she had for her husband.
Right.
So I commend you for that. I
Awesome.
commend you for that.
Awesome.
So when you look at the things that you're looking to do, you mentioned your church quite a bit.
Hmm.
I know you have a food bank.
Hmm.
How did that come to be, and how does that work?
I have a young man in my church by the name of Andy Holloway. He's actually a minister in my church. He's my IT person. He's very smart. He has a degree um, in information technology.
Wow.
So he does all of our videoing and making sure that I look good. Shout out, Mr. Holloway, to you. Thank you for a job well done. He set that up. He said, Pastor, we need to do something. So he got all the information. He set that up. Um, we have a truck that comes from Elizabeth City
Okay.
to to our church that brings vegetables, meats, canned goods, cheese, cereal that we distribute to the community.
Okay.
I have an awesome team. I don't have to show up. I'm not there. I just manage it. You know
Wow.
how we
Wow.
do. So, but I have a good, awesome team at the church to make sure that every family that comes get a box. And we normally serve. At one time, we were serving at least 80 families
Wow.
um, um, every event.
Okay.
We have it each third Monday of the month.
Wow. I didn't know that you were doing it every month.
Yep, once a month.
And you have a lot of people that support you and provide goods so that you can help the public.
Yes, yes. We actually get help. I'm trying to remember the um, organization, the Albemarle organization
Okay.
that helps us with funding that as well.
I gotcha.
Because with everything, it takes money.
Gotcha.
Some people look at church. There have been some corruption, yes, but it takes money to operate a church as well.
Gotcha.
Nothing is free.
Understood.
So, and
Understood.
most of ours come through and by donations and things of that nature.
Okay. So if people were trying to get some of the things that you offer to them, how would they do that?
They can contact me personally. They can call my phone. My number is 252 814 5042.
Okay.
They can actually call the church. The church telephone number is 252 926 1180. They can also go on our website, visit our website at www.jobschapelchurch.com.
Gotcha. 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 I know that within the times that we're living in now, it's difficult.
Yes.
And it's not so much as people are, yeah, they may be having a hard time, but everybody needs something.
Right.
So I don't think this is a pride thing. If you're able to go out there and benefit from what the church does, this is what the church is
That's
for.
right. That's what we
So I
do.
think it's just great that you do that. You
Thank you.
mentioned something that just made me think about something that happened recently. Drewski. Have you heard about the Drewski skit about the church?
Ah, the Jews.
Okay, never mind. We're gonna continue going on.
Okay.
So when you talk about the things that you want to do for your church and the growth, what things do you have in place to help?
Good question. We're in a small rural area. Um, Hyde County, the whole county has the population of maybe 4,000 people in the
Wow.
whole entire county. So, as far as growth, I got to be honest, um, there's not much growth there. Um, my church, we do other things to try to uh, keep people excited. I we hold convocation once a year.
Okay.
We hold ministers and leaders conference once a year. From time to time, I'll hold event here in Greenville. The last event we had was Leadership of Excellence Gala.
Okay.
You probably saw some of
I did
that
see some of your flyers
on
and see
Facebook,
on social
and
media.
we honored some great people during that event. Sort of people like Valentina Wilson,
Okay.
the news lady on Channel 12. We've honored the mayor of Simpson,
Okay.
Richard Zeck. We've honored bishops and things of that nature. So my church, we try to stay engaged, even myself, stay engaged within the community because that's what the church is for. We got to get out from behind those four walls. And the church is a living organism, it's not dead. The church is alive. So I'm big on getting out in the community and getting to know people and letting people know, hey, the church is here to serve. During COVID, by the grace of God, we was able to bless families monetarily. We just,
Wow.
hey, we just want to be a blessing, and they like in tears.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah,
amazing. Say the church is alive because the church should be a living entity that intertwines with the community. So that's really again admirable that you do that for the people. How was it received? Because you said that people were crying and in tears and just overjoyed at what you were doing. So that definitely has to be something that's bringing people towards your church.
yes, it was received with love and gratitude, and um, at the same time, we're just hoping that it makes a difference in someone's life.
Gotcha. Levi, I want to ask you about this. When it comes to the children of today, there's a group of kids called YNs. And I don't know if you're familiar with that, but these kids today are on the next level. When it comes to rebellious and having a spirit of not wanting to listen to the elders, they're at the top.
Wow.
And I don't know if it's because of babies raising babies, but when you look at the youth and you communicate with them, what are what are you seeing and how of an impact are you making with some of the kids today?
What I'm seeing is a lot of our youth are being raised in broken homes. Either the father is not there or the mother is not there. I was fortunate enough to be raised with both parents. So without the father figure being there, what I'm seeing, they're is a lot of aggressiveness with the kids now, a lot of disrespect. Um, we can change that or try to change that or help that, um, but it starts in the home.
Mhm.
And because the home is broken and there's no discipline in the home, it transfers into the school systems.
True.
The teachers have to deal with these kids. It also transfer into the community. You see a lot of disrespect with leadership, with authority. The kids have emboldened themselves to be more aggressive. We were taught to say yes sir, no ma'am, or if you did something, you got whooped by your neighbor,
That's true.
and then you got whooped when you got home,
True. True.
or discipline.
Yes.
So I think this generation is just different
Yeah.
from our generation.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because we had talked earlier, and you said with that spirit, no one can tell them what to do.
Mm.
So when they go to school, the teachers try to say something to them, and then again, they're hesitant or they're not engaged in the conversations with them. And then if police authority comes into play,
Mm.
then again, who are you to tell me to do such and such? I remember with my children, they asked a question about if we get stopped by the police officer, should we show our ID? And I said, you can tell two stories. You choose the one. One where you're locked up, get beat down, and then you go to jail. Or the other one, you show your ID, you grin and bear it, and then you move on. I take the latter. So you're in control of what your fate can be. Now, granted, we know when we were younger, we were taught 10 and 2 when you get stopped.
Yep.
Yes, sir, no, sir, whatever,
Yep.
and just make it home. So these kids, I don't know if they understand the things that have happened in the past and can relate because they don't remember. This it's so far from what they're
Right.
engaged with,
Right.
but we know it
Right.
because if we look at the civil rights action, we were born into that.
Right.
So it wasn't too far removed from where we were. So I agree with you that the structure needs to be there. But I asked the question, have we dropped the ball? We as the next evolution of the elders to go back to the children and say, hey, stop this or stop that. But
Right.
again, you gotta feel reserved about doing that because a lot of people don't want you talking to the kids.
Good point.
So
Mm.
it's kind of a catch-22 that we put ourselves into, and it's not a very good situation to
Right.
be in.
I don't think we've dropped the ball. Um, Maybe we could do some things differently. I used to have a gospel rapper all the way from Ohio,
Oh wow.
and he would come and minister um, to the youth, and a lot of youth received his message.
Mm.
Um, One youth explosion, we had 32 young people, youth, gave their life to Christ
Wow.
in one night.
Amazing.
32.
Amazing.
So we were and are making a difference. Now, some of it we have to put it back on the parents.
Understood. Understood.
We have to put it back on the parents because
Right.
sometimes we have events and the parents don't bring their youth. So I think we've done a decent job getting the word out and trying to save our youth. But of course, there's always more we could do.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that back in the day, we've had mentors that helped us. And even though the National Spinning Days, I look back at some of the guys that when we showed that we were interested in growth, the Henry Phelps and
Oh,
the Frank Jankowskis with
yes.
you. And I think that mentorship is important. And I talked to an individual that's working with the community as well, and he talks to kids at Welcome to the School, and he noticed that those kids were starving for guidance
Mm.
because they wanted to be something in this world. So I think we have to look back and we have to pick our battles,
Mm-hmm.
save those that we can save, and then hopefully it'll be a domino effect that again helps them come out of whatever they're coming out of. We know that being a child is difficult. We know that with the information age and everything's right there at their
Right.
fingertips, they're far more advanced and knowledgeable of what's going on in the world than we were. I guess there were a point we were kind of pushed back or delusional and thinking that things were better than they are. But these kids see it right now. So again, I commend you for doing what you did with the gospel rapper, and all we can do is just pray and do our part. So that's very interesting and good to know. Thank you.
That's-
Okay. So Levi, I want to try something new, and you're going to be the first one that I try it with. I want to ask you about three of your unique influences that you had in your life. So who do you look at as someone that helped you?
Good question. Actually, I'm talking to one right now, yourself, and I'm not just saying this because we are doing this interview. You helped me a lot coming up in management at National Spinning Company. Um, I can remember times you would help me with my presentations, um, but I remember once you weren't there to help me, and I had to actually do it on my own. But you always encouraged me, um, Levi. You could do it. It's not hard. Um, just put your mind to it. The way you excelled um, was an inspiration to me. You always had a mind, business minded person, encouraged me to invest in real estate way back
I
then.
remember us having those
I
conversations.
wished I invested in more,
And me
but
too, but I get it.
yes. So, but you were the type of person that would like say, "Hey, shoot for the moon. Even though if you miss, at least you'll be amongst the stars."
Right, right,
So I
right.
appreciate all that you um, have done to help me in my walk of life. Next would be my wife. She's an amazing woman. I can't say enough about her. Um, we've been married 32 years, knowing each other 35. She has had my back, my front, my side.
Right, right.
She walks with me in ministry. She's an awesome first lady. She's an awesome mother. And of course, she's an amazing wife. She has helped me to become the man that I am.
I can say that when I did call her to talk to her about you, it's just like she lit up, just
Yes,
describing you and all the things that you do as far as being a father, being a man of Christ, being a husband,
yes,
just and a provider.
yes.
And she says that you're an amazing person. So you definitely have one in your corner for life.
Third would be my father,
Mm.
who was amazing as well. He actually fought in World War II, served in the Army, and because he was a military person, he taught me to respect leadership, um, respect your elders, respect leadership, and he just uh, was sort of a little harder on me because I was the baby of the family, baby of 11. So he kind of, stressed to me, don't drink, don't smoke, um, pay your bills, treat everybody right, save a dollar, and don't expect nobody to give you nothing.
Right.
Work.
Right. I understand that. I understand that.
Yes.
Well, that's amazing. Those, I appreciate the accolades that you were giving me, and as well as your wife and your father. I can see how those would be instrumental in you becoming the man that you are today. So, Mr. Levi, in closing, I appreciate you coming through. I see that you have definitely got an impact in everything you do. When I see you online, have a conversation with me. So, what are your final thoughts, and what would you like to say to people if they want to get in touch with you, come to your church, watch your channel? What kind of things would you like to say to them?
First of all, just thank you for allowing me to come and sit down and have this conversation with you. My final thoughts is as I look at the world today, I pray for world peace. I pray that God, Jesus, would take the wheel before we run off the cliff.
Amen to that. Amen to
I
that.
pray for families, those that are hurting. Um, there's so many things going on in the world. I'm just grateful that I'm in a place where I have a peace of mind. Um, I have love in my heart for everyone, and I wish that same peace for everyone, for everybody.
Nice.
So I just want to leave to the people, hey, um, just get Christ in your life. If you don't know Jesus, get to know him, because I believe he's soon to come.
Mm.
Um, I was just reading in Matthew chapter 24, his disciples, they was having a conversation with Jesus, and the disciples was asking Jesus, hey, when is the end coming? And what will the signs be? How will we know we're close to the end? Jesus tells them there will be false prophets that come in my name. There will be wars and rumors of wars.
Mm.
There will be earthquakes in diverse places. There will be pestilence among the land. And then what really hit me, he said, the love of many will wax cold.
Mm.
We're seeing that happening today.
True.
We're seeing hatred. We're seeing mothers against daughters, fathers against sons. We're seeing nations against nations, kingdoms against kingdoms. So, my final thought is if you don't know Jesus, get to know Jesus. Mr. Darryl Smith, thank you. I love you, man.
I love you too, brother.
Keep doing what you're doing. You're an inspiration, not just to me, but to a lot of people. And you're going to make a difference. You're going to change the world.
Man, I appreciate that. Thank you for sitting with me and spending this time. I appreciate you. And always one love to my brother, Mr. Levi Murry.
Thank you.